Good morning and welcome once again. It's time for us to talk sport with all the big stories making the rounds in the exciting world of sport from the world of boxing. We'll be looking at Anthony Joshua, who has spoken for the first time since rumors circulated that he was set to fight Tyson Fury in 2025. So we'll be looking at how big that fight is going to be, knowing that both fighters have been long-running rivals that were going to be differentiating the boys from the men when both men eventually meet somewhere in 2025. We'll be looking at other big stories concerning the fact that sports stakeholders have lauded the federal government over the 78 billion allocation for the sport in 2025 fiscal year, describing it as a significant improvement from the 31 billion budgeted for sport in 2024, and hopefully the man who is in charge of Nigerian boxing in the person of Azania Omagege will be speaking to that very interesting talking point in the course of the program. We'll also be looking at other matches that were played over the weekend. The big derby across the world, no bigger than Manchester United taking on Liverpool. It was a very titanic battle, and indeed fans across the world saw the very best of both teams. We'll be looking at that and other issues. And we will not forget the Nigerian National League. That's where we're going to be kick-starting on today's edition of Program Talk Sports, where we'll be talking to Amma Idris, who is the head of media and communication of that league, talking about the lowest league in Nigerian football. But we'll be touching lights there to see how far and how well that league is doing. We'll be speaking to Amma Idris in the course of the program to get the very best as regards how they're shaping up and how they contribute to making Nigeria's football truly great. Let's go for a quick break. When we return from the break, we'll be talking to Amma Idris, and from there we'll be hitting the boxing ring. We're talking of all the big stories in the world of boxing. Stay with us. welcome back from the break. You're still watching Talk Sport on Global Television, and it's the King of Sport, Anthony Momodu being known in full flight with all the big stories making the rounds. It's now time for us to talk to the head of media and communications of the MNL, and the person of Ama Iglis, who's joining us via phone call to give us update as to get how well the league is doing. Ama Iglis, good morning. Thank you for joining us on Talk Sports.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm everybody to be listening to and who are watching as well.
Alright, about this, let's look at recently there was this MNL did sanction two clubs, Kada FC and also Sporting Supreme for unruly behaviors in their match day 4.
If you fall short of the rules governing football as a rule, then you will be sanctioned. They have to pay the various fines apportioned to them. Of course, 200,000 naira and 500,000 naira because of unruly behavior, because of unsporting conduct. Imagine a match situation where the home team will seize mark balls that the away team will be looking for it. We're simply saying that people should conduct themselves within the ambience of the law to ensure that football is as enjoyed globally, we also will continue to enjoy it here. That is the reason why they have been sanctioned, and to also serve as a warning to other clubs who would want to do the same method. There was also a case of insecurity, inadequate insecurity provided by these teams during the match in question.
Alright, let's look at the MNL. Most times the issues the MNL has complained about is visibility, sponsorship, and also the quality of players in the MNL. Is it improving? Is it getting better? And what should one just expect in 2025?
Let me say this, the league resumed. You are aware that yesterday and the day before yesterday and Friday, the NNL had matches. Altogether, 26 matches were played within Friday, Saturday and Sunday of this year, which is the new year. We had 16 games, 30 goals were scored, one away win. The match between Jigawa Golden Stars and Mighty Jets. The Mighty Jets were able to record an away win out there in Jigawa. We also had all wins, normally 11 wins. I think the league is riding high. We have a player at the Eagles. He plays for Man City, Smart City. I think the league is visible. All matches are being streamed if you follow. Of course, links are being shared to a lot of the fans and followers of that and all that, so that there can be visibility. And if the home teams and away teams are equally allowed by the law to record their home matches to their fans and everybody alike. So I think there's a lot of improvement this year. When we started in March Day 1, we had a lot of away wins. 4 away wins were recorded, and we have had many draws, many draw games. Like just this weekend alone, we had 4 games drawn. It does not matter whether you are playing away or out. Right now, I am in Calabar, and of course, I witnessed the match between Kun Khalifa, who has been in they played against Rovers Football Club of Calabar. It was a high-profile match, and of course, they settled for 1-1 draw with Kun Khalifa leading the pack with 10 points, and of course, Osho United as second. And I think the league is very competitive. If I want to say it the way it is competitive, because we're just building up, and every team has a clear chance to win when they deserve to win.
Alright, let's wrap up our conversation. Recently, Kazim Abdusalam, one of the referees, Nigerian referees, was appointed to officiate. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, recently we had a Nigerian referee, Kazim, who was appointed by CAF to officiate. Is that good news for Nigerian referees? And at the MNL, are we having good officiating?
I want to say emphatically yes first. That Nigerians have long cherished to see their reps, their referees at continental and international levels, and because of one reason or the other, they have not been there. So for such appointment is a welcome development, and for NNL it's an emphatic yes. Although they may not be perfect yet, it's an emphatic yes that officiating is better, has improved a lot, and more is expected in terms of improvement, in terms of because referees indemnities alone has been increased here at the NNL. And so they said to whom much is given, much is expected. It's not a perfect job yet. NNL is a work in progress. We believe that with better officiating, we'll have the right representatives to qualify to play in the Nigerian Football Premier League. And of course, those ones who may not measure well will have to be the ones to be relegated to NNL. I know the NNL staff of management, and even you are working so hard to see how the league can get better. That is why it is called the paramount league, the most important league in the country.
All right, let's wrap our conversation with the last question as regards the quality of players being churned out for the NPFL and also the national team from the MML. How has it been discovering budding talents?
For me, the NNL is the middle league where players they are supposed to be part of the CHAN team, part of the national under 20, under 20 and 23. And then if you look at NNL, you begin to look at players because there is an under 19 regulation. So players who are within that age when they have scouts, we should be able to look at the scouts to come, the scouts from NFF or anywhere to take players for the national under 17 team or the most great team. I think it's a younger league. Professionalism starts with the NNL. I think the Jordan-led NNL is not doing badly at all. It's focused on rebranding and of course repositioning the league to the heart it deserves. I think we have quality players. If anything, if there's anything to go by, the last under 20 team being supported by Manu Garba, we have bulk of the players from NNL. Especially when you look at Beyond Means Academy, Vigorous Academy, and of course, if El Academy can win the FA Cup and play Continental, it was a team that was in the NNL, and the coach eventually being one of those leading the technical crew in the NFF, in the national team under 20. I think it's important. And of course, Coach Caleb Esu here in Calabar is an assistant to the national under 20 team. So we have quality in terms of coaches and quality in terms of player. In Wiki, you have a good coach in the team who is, of course, doing so well. And you have also Balani Q. Many quality coaches abound in the NNL. So if there are good coaches, of course, definitely there will be good quality, good players. And this becomes another breeding ground for the national teams and scouts, even for clubs in and outside Nigeria, in our premiership and outside our premiership. I think NNL is a good mind left untapped.
All right, thank you very much, Amar Ignis, who is the head of media and communications of the MML, talking to us from Calabar, giving us updates as regards things playing out at the MML. Thank you very much for joining us on Talk Sports on Global Television this morning. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Tony, thank you so much, and keep up the good job. And kudos to Global Television for also adding audience and view to the activities of domestic football in the country, and not standing cognizance the Nigerian National League, the most important league. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much. We've been talking to Amar Ignis there, the head of media and communications of MML, giving us updates as regards what's panning out at that lower league, a very key league for Nigeria. We'll go for a quick break. Once we return from this break, we'll be talking to the interim president of the Nigerian Boxing Federation. He's no other person but Azara Omo Agege. He's got lots to tell us as regards the world of boxing. Stay with from the break. It's Talk Sport, and indeed we're talking sport even behind the cameras as we look at what played out last night. It was a titanic battle between two great teams. Talking about Liverpool, where they say they never walk alone, and the Red Devils, Manchester United. But that's where we're heading to. We're heading to the boxing ring, and I'm ready with my goals. And about to do someone uppercut. Let's welcome the president of Nigerian Boxing Federation, Sana Emagege. Nice to have you in the studios. Good morning. I just by hindsight discovered a Manchester United fan.
I'm a big Man U fan.
So last night,
I was very happy yesterday. Everybody's been laughing at me. My team is going on relegation. I know for some reason I knew Man U would definitely stand up for who they are. Yes, and I was very impressed with this game. That's their best performance
so far.
I've seen. Yes.
Right, let's get into the rings. How far and how well is Nigerian Boxing Federation coupled with recently sports stakeholders did loud the federal government as regards the 78 billion marked in the 2025 budget, unlike last the 2024 budget where we had 31 billion for sports. How well would this money do for the sport commission and by extension the Nigerian Boxing Federation? That's how, depending on how certain the federation is.
Very good question. Like I said, the Nigerian Boxing League so far, so the Nigerian Boxing Federation, we've been having some issues which we're trying to resolve, and hopefully we're getting there, you understand? So for now, we're not really doing much, but at least thank God that somebody has come to our rescue. His name is Mr. Amadu, who is doing a boxing league called Utateco. And he's gone to the 6th zone, and he's doing extremely well. So from that, at least that is saving us from, the infight is not really showing for now because of Amadu. Then secondly, from the budget you just talked about, it's first of all, I have to really give kudos and congratulations to the President, Bola Tinubu, for at least he's a sports lover, and for at least for them marking such kind of money.
Quite huge.
It's quite huge, but not enough though.
Okay.
You have to realize that sports is your ground, is your base, With sports, a lot of things that can happen, taking care of the streets, your crime rates and the rest will go down. But my prayers here is this. First of all our facilities are like out, you understand? So this money, you're looking at it big. It is something billion. But by the time we start fixing the few stadiums there, this money is all going to disappear. And we have a lot of sports federations too that are there. What I'm just pleading for to the chairman of the Nigerian Sports
Commission,
is to please divide this money evenly.
That's it, Dico now.
Yeah, to Dico. Let it not just be football.
Yeah, I hope your interview in the Punch papers, you talked about federations, the ministry sending the secretaries to the federations. Whether it should be the other way, the federation should be the secretaries and to monitor. Can you have any kind of that?
Yes, that's why I'm having this discussion now. With the ministry, right, the sports federations are there. And then every year, each federation comes up with a budget, which they forward to the ministry. The ministry takes that National Assembly for approval. Once the money has been approved, they don't give the money back to the federations. They keep the money, and the federations, anytime they want to do something, they have to apply. That, we want to go somewhere. They'll be like, okay, well...
Is it because you don't trust the federations?
Let me not go there, please. It's very easy to trust the federation because they're the ones who are the ones going to be doing the project.
The money is for them.
It's for them. If they give them the money. Get your treasurer at the end of the year, they come and report to you, show you their audit it and say. You don't have to send your secretary. You pay the money to the secretary to be the ones handling the money for it's not right. And that is causing a lot of problems for the development of sports. With the NNC right now, this money that they just brought out, they should look at the federations they want to actually deal with in terms of maybe Olympics, games and things like that. Because they grade federations, for the sports. They grade them. If like for boxing now, if we have a budget, say example 200 million, and it comes out, the money comes out, give the boxing federation their money. Pay directly into their accounts. You can see their accounts, then I'll send your treasurer. Don't send your secretary. Let the federation itself have its own secretary to monitor all what is going on. So that's what I feel, and I think I'm praying that they should do that. In that case now, sports will develop itself. And you have to understand, like I want to talk about boxing, not just the rest sport. Boxing was the #1 sport in this country before. even before football was nowhere now. Boxing was the number one sport, but now football has overtaken everywhere because of lack of equipment and know-how. We don't do events again, not that much. I can assure you, if you go even a mile from here, you can go and see a football field. There's no local government, no village owns any football field. But how many boxing rings do you see? None. You understand? So they should use this money judiciously, go down into the grassroots, secondary schools, primary schools, you understand, and universities, and see how they could go down to the grassroots and promote boxing to come up itself. That's what I'm just suggesting. And also, I know it's not easy budgeting money for sports like that, but at the same time, they should also look into these sports betting companies too, you see. When you see sports betting, it's a very, do you know that an addiction in sports is more than addiction in cocaine when you're taking drugs? And a sports addict, right, the effects they even get from that, you understand, is very, very bad. Now, what are the sports companies doing to take advantage of that? And also help those addiction people itself. What I want to suggest to the government is that all these sports companies, if possible, they could take people 1 or 2% of their stakes. They are betting, right? Take that money, give it to the NSC for sports development. You'll be surprised how quick the sports industry will move. It's a very big
talking about this betting angle of sports, let's look at boxing. Do you think the boxing arena can do well, just like how sports lovers bet on matches? Can they bet on fights, and how big can it be in Nigeria?
Rabina, I think you don't know how big boxing is, you know. Let me just tell you something. 70% of your football fans are boxing lovers too. They're also boxing fans. I don't see enough fights to be watching. Yes, boxing is very huge. And I've told you this before. I think I mentioned this one time. About 5 World Cups ago, Argentina and Brazil, I think for the finals or something. I can't remember the World Cup itself. But the total view worldwide for that particular match was about 1.2 billion that viewed that finals. Then Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather attracted 1.5 billion viewership, even more than the World Cup finals. Yes, boxing is huge, my brother.
All right, let's as we wrap up our conversation, talking boxing now. What's the state of the Nigerian Boxing Federation, and what should we expect in 2025? How soon can things will be resolved, and also the African boxing bodies? Are they trying to intervene in what's playing out?
Very good. For the Nigerian Boxing Federation, definitely we're going to resolve our issues. We're now looking at, and the federation actually, I think by end of September, all federations, there'll be new elections.
Okay.
So we have to now start projecting and having projects now for the next tenure. And then we have very many projects we have on ground, especially for grassroots, to move our boxers up front. You understand? And also the African Boxing Confederation too, headed by President Iyasu, has some very big plans too for the for the continent itself, with also development of sports for coaches, referees, and the rest of them too. Women boxing, you understand? So definitely we have a lot at stake in which we'll definitely come up with, and it will be a good year for boxing, for Nigeria especially, coming this 2025 coming up. Because even my international body IBA, they've also marked about $80 million for the next 4 years for sports development, for boxing development in the whole world. Africa itself has its big chunk. So we don't really rely on the NSC or Nigerian sports, whatever. We have our own budget too for boxing, which will also make us develop our own boxing itself.
All right, I can but ask you about former champion of the world, Anthony Joshua, who visited Nigeria, met Mr. President, met Ogun State Governor and other, and they're proposing there's going to be periodic boxing tournaments. How well do you think that would help, especially partnering with Anthony Joshua? And we also have Anthony Joshua Fury fight, which technically might hold in 2025. What's your expectation? And do you think he's got a route back to becoming third-time champion of the world when he faces Tyson Fury?
First of all, kudos to Anthony Joshua. I love him so much. You see, I always love patriotic citizens. You understand? Joshua, with all that he has, came home, identifies with his home, like some other people. I don't want to go into politics. You understand? This is when I saw him coming, even bathing with water, eating suya. You understand? He just identifies with his home. You understand? He's a great guy. I give kudos to him. You see, people like Joshua is what we need in boxing right now. We people can look up to. You see, like football, you have all these street people now say, I want to be like Osimhen, I want to be like Okocha, but we don't have them people in boxing who people want to look up to. Okay? That they want to be like them. But with Joshua coming here and people seeing all these, they'll be proud to have such a person. What might shock you? In the heavyweight division, you see, you're just talking about Joshua. Do you know how many Nigerians we have in that heavyweight division? There's Joe Joyce that you don't know he's Nigerian. Even Joe Joyce. Yeah, Joe Joyce is Nigerian. Okay. Even what's this guy that just fought again and beat up Joshua? What's his name now?
Yeah, okay, the boss. It's Nigerian.
And Dante Wilder. Yeah, he has just his book to Edo State. Oh. Yeah, you have like 6 heavyweights boxers that are in that division. All Nigerians. You understand? So I really appreciate what Joshua has done. Then come to the Fury fight. You know, last time I came here, I gave you a wrong prediction. But this, it was a better fight. It doesn't have knockout you expected. You understand? But I'll be predicting this one. If it didn't happen, Joshua will take Fury out. You see, but that's the fight everybody needs to see. And that's a big money.
But who do you think the momentum is on right now, currently, the way it is? Fury or Anthony Joshua?
Joshua, I would say, definitely. Fury has lost like 2
fights.
It's not really
pumped up like
Joshua it will be a very good fight to watch, and it will be a big payday for both of them.
Alright, so that's how much we're going to take talking boxing. A big thank you to the interim president of the Nigerian Boxing Federation, the person of Azania Mwagege, always joining us in the studio and giving us updates as regards the world of boxing and what we should be expecting for boxing fans in Nigeria and in 2025. With 78 billion, he says it's not too much. They're asking for more, but hopefully that will take our boxing towards the right direction. Let's go for a quick break. When we return from the break, I'll be ushering in a long time, the man who took a long time to show up, and we'll be talking about Manchester United and Liverpool and other big stars making the rounds. Oh, yeah, I think I had spoken to you about Manchester United. Yeah, so fair deal there. So let's go for a quick break. When we return, we'll talk more sports. The studio is red hot with lots of debate as regards who was a better team last night, Manchester United or Liverpool. And a lot of Man U fans were really surprised with that outing of the Red Devils. But before we run into that, just to let you know that Super Eagles B team is set to commence preparations for the 8th African Nations Championship, we call it CHAN, which includes the camping exercise at the Remo Stars Sports Institute in Ikena, Remo. The camp is scheduled to begin today. We'll see a squad of 26 players assembled under the guidance of stand-in head coach Daniel Ogumodede. According to the press statement issued by the NFF Director of Communications, Ademola Lajere, prominent names on the list include team captain Ndika Harrison Jr., goalkeeper Henry Ozomena, defenders as Sadiq Ismail, Ifeanyi Onyebuchi, midfield Silvio Isaac, and the list is going to be shown on the screen very soon. We've got forward line, we've got Sikiri Alili, one of the top goal scorers in the MPFL. Other invitees are goalkeepers Kayode Bankole, defenders are Imo Obot and Stephen Mayo. Midfield, we've got Musa Zayad, Rabi Ali, yes, one of the oldest players, 40 years old, plays for Kano Pillars, but indeed he's supreme in the midfield. You call him midfield dynamo, Rabi Ali. And then we've got Papa Daniel Mustafa and forward Adamu Abubakar, Emmanuel Ogbole, and Super Eagles team B secured their spot in the tournament with historic qualifications over the Ghana's Black Galaxies for the first time in the series after a goalless first leg match in Accra. Nigeria sealed their place with a convincing 3-1 victory in a year last week. Just to let you know that Tanzania, Kenya, and Uganda will be jointly hosting this year's CHAN tournament from the 1st to the 28th of February, and this will provide three nations with the opportunity to showcase their facilities' operational readiness ahead of the 2027 African Cup of Nations, which they also slated to co-host. The tournament will feature 18 teams, including the host nations Nigeria, Morocco, Guinea. Yes, I'm talking about the teams Super Eagles of Nigeria, Atlas Lions of Morocco, Sea National of Guinea, Teranga Lions of Senegal, Mauritania Warriors, the Stallions of Burkina Faso. We've got the Red Devils of the Central African Republic and Menas of Niger Republic, the Red Devils of Congo, and the Sudanese team. We've got the Movidi of Rwanda, the Democratic Republic of Congo, the Chipopolo of Zambia, we've got the Palangas Negras of Angola, and the Lions of Madagascar. These teams will be at the tournament. Alright, let me welcome the man who's going to be helping us do some analysis of all the talking points. We've got David Alongtime, who took a long time to get to the studios. We've been waiting for him since the 26th day of December, Boxing Day, but he didn't show up. So Manchester United brought him back home. How you doing? Nice to have you in the studios. Alright, I see you going from side to side. Yesterday was amazing for football lovers. What did you see yesterday?
I saw determination. I saw hunger. I saw the drive of Manchester United not willing to fail. Yesterday, and that was very, very impressive to see by the neutrals. A very, very big kudos to Ruben Amorim. You understand, a fantastic game. I think for me that was his best selection ever. You understand, as a Manchester United coach, and he showed on the pitch. You understand, all the players were giving, I think, 101%. You understand, to make sure that they don't go, into the losing books again. And it was fantastic to watch by the neutrals. Very, 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 very fantastic.
Oh, let's look at the point when Manchester United conceded. It looked like deja vu, and Amorim seemed very animated at the touchline. For the players, what do you think gave them that composure? And Bruno Fernandes being in the middle of the park, we'll see a factor in yesterday's game.
Yes. I think the suspension for what's his name, Fernandes, really helped. His build-up play and his confidence moving on into this this Liverpool's game. You could see he was the one pulling the strings from the middle to.
And he looked very confident. There were many times he had to go too long, but he made good use of the ball.
Yes. Bruno Fernandes reminded me of prime Ryan Giggs.
Ryan Giggs, okay.
He was very, very confident. He was very, very relaxed. It was as if they were playing at home at a point in time, and it was very, very, very fantastic to see. I think the switch for him moving towards the left-hand side, you understand, to help with the midfield, to help the midfield was absolutely fantastic, you understand, because yesterday they played with a 4-man midfield. That's an inverted fullbacks. That's both Mazarawi and what's his name, and Diego Dallo. So he pushed what's his name, Bruno Fernandes off to the left-hand side, you understand. And Ugarte and Menu, you understand, held the middle, you understand.
Was Menu in the beginning of the game? It looked like he was there, but somewhere along that he fizzled out.
Yes, he was. It wasn't his best game. It wasn't his best game, due to the fact that Gravenberg
was amazing,
and McAllister, you understand, they were on to him, you understand, they were giving him the press. But the only person that looked very, very confident in that defensive part of midfield was Ugarte. Ugarte had a beautiful game, you understand. I think that was one of the reasons why Manchester United wanted him, you understand. He showed his brilliance in that game yesterday. And another player that stood out for me without a doubt, though he didn't have a goal in that game, was Haaland. You understand? Haaland, I love his whole play. You understand? His link-up play with Ahmed and also with Bruno Fernandes. It was fantastic.
Let's talk about Ahmed. Is he now one of the key leaders in the Manchester United team? Has he taken that responsibility to say he's going to carry the team? Because at the point he really has to carry the team. I was having him take some very deep moves.
Yes. He just reminded me why what's his name? Ruben Amorim faith in him, you understand, benching the likes of Marcus Rashford, and involving him in the starting lineup. Though yesterday was not his best game. Yes, it was not his best game. But when it was time for him to step up, to deliver the goods, he was there and he did it fantastically well. I think the team should be built around these players, the likes of Ahmed, the likes of Højlund, and the likes of Zagzi. Yes, Zagzi had a very, very good game too. Yes, he came in later in the half, you understand. But in that late half that he came, he had some tackles won, you understand, some good, you understand, pass that almost led to a win.
Yeah, there was a spin on so he managed
Yes. And I think the last match that he was being supple against Newcastle United. I think he didn't allow that dent, to affect him in this new game, you understand. He came in with new belief, and I heard the fans chanting his name, you understand, when he was coming in, because the belief was there, because Liverpool has not been tested this way. The only team that have tested them this way was Arsenal, which they almost lost the game, but they came back through a minor sleep up with the defense of Arsenal, and it was fantastic to see by the neutrals. I said it on my TikTok page. I was telling them that there are 4 games to watch out for this weekend, and Liverpool against Manchester United was top there, and he didn't fail. You understand? He didn't fail. He brought out the goods, and it was fantastic.
The defense line, Delete, yes, he did commit an infringement, but we did give Delete, Mazraoui, Martinez, 4 people scoring their banger, and Onana. What would be your take on this player?
Well,
did he come to the party?
Yes, they came to the party, especially Onana, and Onana had a fantastic game.
He almost saved the penalty.
Yes, if not for the brilliance of Onana in the first half, I think Liverpool would have started cruising in, you understand, with a very, very fantastic win, due to the fact that McAllister had a chipped ball from Mohamed Salah, you understand, and he hit it one time, and the back leg of Onana helped them, you understand, to keep that team at bay. But for the likes of the Knights, the handball, I think it was a double ricochet. I don't think it should be. It was a very harsh, penalty call. It was a very, very harsh penalty call. I think due to the fact that it came off, a header from someone else, you understand, and the header from what's his name, from the Gakpo to his hand, and he was not even looking at it, you understand, but his hand was up. So I know in the rules of the game, if you hit your hand, it's supposed to be handball, you understand. But I think it was so harsh by Michael Oliver to give that penalty. And what's his name, Maguire had a fantastic game. I think the pairing of Maguire, Delete, and what's his name, and Martinez. I think they are the best defensive lineup for for Manchester United due to the fact that they needed leaders in the team, and you can't dispute the fact that Martinez and also Maguire is a leader. They are born leaders. You understand? Due to even if they have not been having the best of games or the best of forms, they are leaders on the pitch, and it showed that yesterday's game. You understand? The tackles, the interceptions. You understand? The drive. You understand? The aggression. I've never seen Man U play with such aggression before. You understand? And that's what when Amorim has been lacking in that squad, and he got it yesterday.
Let's look at Anfield. The spot on Gakpo was amazing. And Slot, the coach, was also amazing with his lineup. What do you think happened to Liverpool? Were they shocked? And for Mo Salah, who was absent technically.
I think Aaron Slot's team, that's the Liverpool's team. I think they have grown too much confidence. You understand, in their style of play, and they feel like everything will go their way when they step on the pitch, and that shows that in football you are not supposed to be 100% sure. You understand, till after the match. You understand, they are over assurance and over seriousness to say, okay, we've only won this match before it even started, because before the match started they have already written Manchester United off. You understand, this game was supposed to be a formality. You understand, it's supposed to be like a 3-goal or 4 goals ahead. You understand, but it was not the case. You understand. I think the problem Liverpool is going to be having is their defense from the left hand side. Alexander Arnold, the 2 goals that came from Manchester United came from the wing of Alexander Arnold. Why? Because Alexander Arnold is more of an attacking, the player than a defensive player. So when he was there, it was easy for them to drive past him, and pinpoint, the pass. Okay, let's take an example for the first goal. The first goal by Martinez. The likes of Bruno Fernandes, he dribbled past that wing and entered. Yes, sir. He entered and chipped in a slight chip pass, in between Alexander Arnold and McAllister, and that was very, very poor. And Alexander Arnold was just looking at them like that. You understand? It was very, very poor defending by Arnold. Then the second goal by what's his name? Yes, Ahmad. The assist from Garnacho. You understand? You could see that what's his name? Alexander Arnold was far from where he's supposed to be, and that was very, very bad. And I think most teams are going to pride on that defensive error that happened yesterday. And there's going to be a really, really huge. I think I said it in my TikTok page. I said Liverpool are in for it. The title is not going to be as easy as it is. You understand? This next run of fixtures is going to be very, very difficult, and they still have the likes of Manchester City to play. They still have the likes of Arsenal to play. They still have the likes of Newcastle United to play. They still have the likes of Aston Villa to play. And this title is far from one for them.
Alright, how does yesterday's game change the complexion of the league and going forward? Can we see that's a turnaround for the Red Devils with their performance yesterday? Would that give them the needed boost? And for Amorim, would this give him a mindset to say, okay, this January transfer window, they will be shopping for 1 or 2 players? Does he better understand these players right now?
No. Because we all thought the same thing when they won against Manchester City. You understand? And this one happened again. This yesterday's game.
Wasn't it more tighter down against Man City?
No. This game actually. Okay, the Manchester City's game. Okay, would have said okay, yes. Maybe it was supposed to be a draw game because they picked up from probably late half of the game. But in this match, is this Liverpool's game? From the upstart of the game, they were in control of the ball. You understand? They were dictating the play. You understand? They were dictating the play from the first half to the second half. So if you can dictate the play from the first half to the second half, I don't see a reason why you're not supposed to win. You're supposed to be coming up with the goods in that game. So I think after the game, Ruben Amorim, I was listening to his after his.
He wasn't happy.
Yes, he wasn't happy because he actually thought that this game was supposed to be them because of the way they pressed, the way they organized, the way they played Liverpool, and Liverpool were at home. You understand? They played Liverpool in that game, and that was fantastic to see. Ruben Amorim is up to something very, very, very spectacular, I must say. Very, very spectacular. He's the man to watch.
Alright, let's see how that's going to pan out in the coming weeks. Alright, we talked about the Super Eagles B team, the CHAN team getting ready. With that victory against Ghana, unexpectedly, we thought there was going to be a 1-0 victory, a 2-1, but a 3-1 bashing of the Ghana Galaxies. Another starting campaign. What's expectations for the Super Eagles B team?
Our own expectations as Nigerians is that any competition we're going into, we want us to win. We want us to win. But I strongly believe that at least this is time for the Super Eagles B team at least to make a statement in the Chan what do you call it tournament, and at least make a name for themselves, because most of these players are doing fantastically well in their local clubs. You understand? And the selection was actually in
terms of the quality players, the best in the league.
Probably the players that are in form presently in the league, you understand, not by favoritism or by he used to play before, he has played here before, you understand, like they usually do in the what they call it, in the A team, you understand. But I think this new form of selection, I think it will help them. I think it will help them moving forward. And let's hope for a very, very successful outing. You understand. If we can come out, even if it's second or third, I think it will give them a very, very big boost, and also showcase the players, for also European-based, clubs, to come and pick one or two of them. And I think that's very, very good to see from the neutrals.
All right, we just got 2 minutes to wrap it up. Just to let you know that AC Milan are the latest club to consider potential no move for Manchester United misfit Marcus Rashford. Do you think that will be a good move for Rashford?
Yes,
in 2 minutes.
Yes, because Rashford is not in the party again in Manchester United. You could clearly see that yesterday he was not needed. He was not needed. You understand? The game was flowing without Rashford, and it's clear to say that it's time for him to move on. And I think a Milan team, or probably I was thinking probably a PSG would have come for him, but a Milan team will be a sweet fit for him. They might bench our boy. That's too crazy. But who knows? But I think it's time for Marcus Rashford to say goodbye to Manchester United and move on and have something new in his career. You understand? Because he can't cope with this squad. You understand? He can't keep up with what Ruben Amorim has. You understand? Because Ruben Amorim wants players that will listen to him and will play to instructions. You understand? And clearly you know that Marcus Rashford coming in from the youth academy and also being in the club for a large number of years. Yes, he has that reputation of it's our club, it's our team, you understand, and all those things will not be necessary, will not be needed, you understand, for the new region of Ruben Amorim. So I think letting him go is the best thing that they can do for him, and hopefully he can gain form and fitness in AC Milan moving forward.
Alright, so just like Rashford is leaving Manchester United, this is where we are leaving and dropping the anchor on today's edition of the program Talksport. I want to say a big thank you to the NML head of media and communications in the person of Ama Idris, who joined us earlier on to give us updates as regards NNL, and also not forgetting the big boxing boss, the person of Azania Omagege, who is the interim president of the Nigerian Boxing Federation, for joining us in the live studios, giving us updates as regards what Nigerian Boxing Federation is up to in the year 2025 and how the 78 billion naira will be spent to develop sport and boxing specifically in Nigeria. And of course, the man who is in the center of the middle of the park, he's not a person but David a long time. Always amazing having him in the studio doing what he loves most, talking sport and doing analysis. Thank you very much for joining me in the live. Alright, that's how we call it a wrap on today's edition of the program Talk Sports. My name is Anthony Momodu, the King of Sports. Thank you for being part of today's edition. Tomorrow promises to be even better. Join me then.